Alrighty, folks, it is time for round 4 of GP Zakros. We are 3-0 up against one of the other two 3-0 players, so this is going to be a pretty cozy match. We're both qualified for top cut, so this is really just determining who is going to be higher seed in the top cut, because we are one of this match is one of two matches that can determine a 4-0 player. So one of us is going to end up in the top two seeds. The other one is going to end up probably somewhere closer to the middle of the pack. But either way, we're looking pretty comfy right now. Up against Cat in Tree on a Naya tokens deck that they've been iterating upon for a little while now. We've faced off against them in a previous GP on a very similar list, but they did get a nice injection because the last time we played against this deck was last season, I believe. We lost the die roll. That's not good. Last season, we played against this deck, and they did not have Kitsune Matriarch. Granted, that is the only card I believe that they have picked up here, besides, I think, some fixing. Yeah, Urban Jungle. Yeah, they have 4 of each Shockland. That's the only other gain in the main. And then their sideboard is all cards that were already in rotation. So, not too different from what they've been rocking in previous seasons. This is... The missing on double black is awkward, but Looming Cyhawk is one of our best cards against them. We've also got double Pull of Tizerus, which is very important. And we've got Phoenix's Touch, so I think this is a very good keep. So, very nice hand to start us off here. Not a whole lot of action, but Phoenix's Touch could start to solve that. That's the Kitsune Matriarch on 1. That means we are almost certainly shocking in Stark Expanse. Second Phoenix's Touch. Gosh, the pinching on black mana here is going to be really awkward. But let's just kill this Kitsune Matriarch while we have the chance. I think if they just make 2 tokens here, I am going to run out the Phoenix's Touch rather than the Pull of Tizerus. I'd like to save the Pull of Tizerus for their creature cards specifically, barring some exceptions. They go Urban Jungle into Ruins Awaken. So they're going to make a pair of 1/1s. And then they're going to be able to landfall to exile this from their graveyard next turn to make another 1/1. We untap and draw Time-Worn Crags. Not quite the card we needed to see here. So yeah, we are going to get punished for the lack of a second black source here. We could Pull of Tizerus one of these golems, but the concern I have with that plan is that if we go for shutting off one of their golems, an AO the Great Equalizer is going to be much harder to remove on future turns. AO makes this matchup really complicated, where we have a board wipe for this matchup. This is a really solid matchup for Chronicle of Extinction unless AO is in play. So with that in mind, I think we need to hold on to the Pull of Tizerus. Hope we can find a second black source so we can pull off a Phoenix's Touch plus Pull of Tizerus next turn if need be. But as it stands, I think we are just going to Phoenix's Touch, make them discard a card, and lose 1. So they lose 1, deciding on their discard. They pitch a Flags on High. A little concerning that they're willing to pitch a card that makes them 2 1/1s. Makes me think that they do, in fact, have the AO for next turn. Part of the problem with that as well is that Looming Cyhawk doesn't really stop them from making tokens if we're so far behind on board. They're shocking in Windbeaten Stones. This could be EO. Paying white. Oh, they're playing Ruins Awaken. Okay. So they make a 1/1. There could still be some bad things coming here. Assimilate. That is pretty good. Yeah, so they're going to choose Golem, put a counter on each of them, and draw a card. So we're going to take 4 here. We go to 14. And they pass. We'll untap. We will draw Corpse Pyre Fiend. Not quite castable here. Actually, it is castable, but there's really not much we're doing with it if we do that. Like, there's nothing in their graveyard we need to hit right now. So, it would have been nice to be able to maybe pick off the Ruins Awaken, but we just wouldn't have had the right mana for it. Um, so now begs the question of, do we Finax's Touch, or do we... do we play Finax's Touch, play Pull of Tizerus, or do we just hold up Looming Psyhawk? My concern with Psyhawk is that they're already on the board. And on top of that, if what they have to make a token next turn is Edgeland Pledge, they can make the Solidarity token. If we deny that, they can then pay red to just kill the Psyhawk. I think we have to go for that, though. And we just have to hope that they don't have Edgeland Pledge here. If they have Edgeland Pledge, I think we hope that they pay green. Okay, they're playing Urban Jungle. Nice to see them just still stuck making land drops. AO, we are going to just flash in Looming Psyhawk. So we're going to take 9. We're going to be able to gain 3 here. Please pray that we find another... yeah. Oh, actually, sorry. We were taking 12. Goodness gracious. We're going to 2 here. We need to reduce its power by 1. We take 12. Yeah, we might just be gotten here from the cost of not having a second black source. We untap, we draw. Path of Phanex does not do it. Yeah, we're just stuck. We're completely stuck on mana. Psyhawk doesn't save us here. Corpse Pyre Fiend doesn't really buy us meaningful amount of time because we block 2, we take 7, gain 3. Yeah, we're just dead. So that's just going to be game 1. We just got outpaced. Looming Psyhawk, kind of important. Zakros Decree, profoundly important. Chronicle of Extinction, pretty important. We could also consider Archival Storage, could also consider Athreos. Chronicle's just so slow at the same time, though. I wonder if we're supposed to go down on Corpse Pyre Fiend and Data Weaver. It feels weird. Actually, no, Ominous Slaughter is really bad against them. Just Edict effects aren't great against decks that just go super, super wide. Maybe we don't go up to the full 4 Chronicles just because it's really late to be dealing with what they've got going on. Let's cut Lay Shard. Let's cut 1 Lay Shard. I think I still want some copies. Cut a Corpse Pyre Fiend. Cut a Data Weaver. Let's trim every Fiend, I think. And we'll go up to 2 Athreoses. I think Data Weaver is okay. Corpse Pyre Fiend is just a lot more lackluster in this matchup. There's nothing that we can hit from their graveyard that matters besides specifically Ruins Awaken. And if we're spending time just taking a 1/1 away from their graveyard, I feel like we are probably losing. It's also awkward because they're undoubtedly bringing in Return to Natures, possibly bringing in Firebolts, possibly bringing in Abominable Avalanche. I think probably not Firebolts, but the Avalanches are a consideration here just because it kills, like, Psyhawk pushes 2 damage, kills Exorcist, kills Data Weaver, kills Inklight Dancer. So maybe we want to consider the Archival Storages. I think we just want to commit to this. Or we cut Athreoses for storages. I think we're committing to this. Two-lander is really awkward, but I don't know if we can really afford to pass a hand with Inklight Dancer or Exorcist of Errors. We're really dependent on a good draw here. We only have 20 lands in the deck to draw. It's a gamble if we keep it, but we do have 3 playable cards. I think we gotta keep it. Stark Expanse, tapped and pass. Very nervous about this, and I shouldn't be, because like the stakes are relatively low compared to the previous matches. We are secure here. Second Psyhawk with no third land drop is awkward. We'll play Coalesced Mesa, and I think we will Exorcist of Errors. There are a few specific things we're fishing for, so depending on what they reveal as the face-up pile, I will choose to look at the face-down. If they're extremely flooded out, okay, Firebolt face-up, something face-down. Two cards face-down. They did board in Firebolt, was interesting. I guess just wanting to deal with Looming Psyhawk. Edgeland Pledge face up. Then 2 more face down cards, and then a Ragtag Squad face up. We could look at taking the Ragtag Squad just to take them lower on number of cards that can set up the board. I think I'm better off picking off the Edgeland Pledge, though. Cut down on the number of things they have that can fill out their board. Because Edgeland Pledge was one of the things that I was thinking about as far as cards to snipe with Exorcist. All right, so Edgeland Pledge out. We know they've got Firebolt, Ragtag Squad, and 4 unknowns. I think they thought I was discarding their card. God, if Exorcist was just pure discard. Be crazy. It's much worse than I thought. I'm not sure which way they mean in terms of like this card is not as good as they thought it was, or this card is much scarier to face than they thought it was. I imagine they thought, it's discard that's much more devastating because it's just pure resource denial. Nah, it is just temporary hand attack, but this is a type of effect that has seen play time and again in like constructed formats. They're going to go for Ruins Awaken. That was presumably one of the cards they were hiding, plus Plains. So 3 unknowns and Firebolt and oh god, Firebolt and Ragtag Squad. We'll untap, draw. We did pick up the Swamp. We have interesting choice here now. We can go for Path of Phaenax. We can go for Zakros Decree plus hold up Inklight Dancer, or we can hold up Looming Psyhawk. I'm going to play Swamp and just pass, holding up Looming Psyhawk and Inklight Dancer. And I think if they go for Ruins Awaken, we just let it happen. I think I'm fine with them getting... actually, maybe I'm not. Kitsune Matriarch first. Sparks of a Revolution. Let's Psyhawk. So this shuts off Kitsune Matriarch. They're going to Firebolt this next turn. We know 2 of their 3 cards. We know Firebolt. We know Ragtag Squad. And Squad is dead with Looming Psyhawk around. We untap. We draw Phoenix's Touch. I don't think we can go for Phoenix's Touch here. We are going to swing 2 in the air. And we're just going to have to miss our land drop. I'm going to keep holding up Inklight Dancer and Looming Psyhawk, because we know they're going to try and go Firebolt on Looming Psyhawk here. 2 known, 2 unknown. Edgeland Pledge still hiding under Exorcist of Errors. Firebolt on Looming Psyhawk. Yep, that is fine. They're just going to pass. Do we look at Inklight Dancering, Stroke of Lighting, the Kitsune Matriarch here? I think... No. Yeah, I think we do, actually. Let's kill the Matriarch. And put this on an adventure. We'll untap and draw Leyshard. If we had another black source, I would be very happy because I could go Phoenix's Touch plus Path of Phoenix. As it stands, I could go Path of Phoenix, strand them with 1 card in hand. If they don't discard Ragtag Squad, we know they're full hand. Well, we know the 1 card they have before they draw. Maybe we go Leyshard Kraket with the expectation that we're going Zakros Decree plus Phoenix's Touch. I don't know. I kind of want to draw with the Leyshard as soon as possible. Maybe we go Zakros's Decree, Inklight Dancer. No, I think we just need to... I think we need to chill. I could also try pushing damage with the Exorcist here. What's the punish for that? Assimilate is a sorcery. They only have Penwrath Agenda, and they do not have the mana for that. Return to Nature is not really an option right now, so yeah. The punish for attacking with Exorcist of Errors is low, whereas if we wait, they could Firebolt on second main. The reason to hold it back would be Assimilate, though. I just hate that we're like spending so many turns just kind of staring at them. I think I'm going to take this opportunity to Path of Phoenix. Just get it developed. Get them to 1 card in hand. They're pitching Abominable Avalanche, which is bad for us. Pitching Ragtag Squad, so we don't know what's in their hand. They mill Ragtag Squad and AO. I was thinking about having Path of Phoenix's 3rd chapter eat Abominable, about eating like Firebolt rather than the Ruins Awaken, but now it's probably going to have to be Abominable Avalanche. Yeah, we should have looked at bringing in the Graveyard. Hate. We will hang back on the off chance that they're holding Assimilate. They say, what a card? Agreed. So if they have a land drop, they can Ruins Awaken here. They do. They have 3rd Plane, so if their last card in hand is EO, that's quite awkward for them. But they are going to go for Ruins Awaken here. And do they have the Assimilate? No. Interesting. We will untap. Draw. Data Weaver. Add counter. Gain 2. They lose 2. We could go Data Weaver onto Data Weaver. Try and fish a land drop out of their deck. They could also be stuck on an Abominable Avalanche. Actually, Avalanche isn't too scary right now with them on fumes. The Firebolt is actually almost more important. I think we need to go Data Weaver this turn. Targeting them. We get Primal Fisher, Urban Jungle. I will just play this tapped, and I'll put this here. Toggle normal untapping. We pass. They pay a white, 2 white. Ruins Awaken. So yeah, Assimilate looking scarier as the turns go by. But still no Assimilate. We are definitely dodging some bullets here. I think it might actually still be Path of Phaenax eating Firebolt rather than Abominable Avalanche. We untap, we draw Exorcist of Errors. Do we eat Firebolt or do we eat the Ruins Awaken? I think Ruins is more likely to be important to them than Abominable Avalanche. I'm okay to draw rather than cracking Primal Fisher there. But we did not draw a land. We'll eat Firebolt. Oh, right. It only eats if they have a... Oh, I for some reason, I think it always eats a card. It's only if they have 8 or more. Yeah, so we don't get to eat anything. I might have misplayed that in previous matches, and my opponents might have just let me have that. So all of that critical thought for nothing. Let's unattach this. Play this tapped as land for turn. Phaenax's Touch. Get rid of their last card. Second AO. Wow. That is a massive bullet dodged there. I should have cracked Primal Fisher because then they would have had 8 cards in their graveyard. Oh, I misplayed. I should have cracked it on upkeep. That's awful. I probably would have taken the Abominable Avalanche then, thinking about like thing to play, because I just mop up 3 of their golems. Man, that's a stinker right there that I missed that. Can't believe I missed that. I can totally believe that I missed that. Actually. Yeah, we just have to hope that they just like keep ripping cards they can't play. We will ship on back. If they want to try and flip Sparks of a Revolution here, they need to find something that deals 3, but they also need to find something that... they also need to accept that we're going to eat 2 golems. They pass back. You're going to search our library for a swamp, I think, here. Or, yeah. Because it's untapped, because that's how Primal Fisher works. We will untap. Draw another Primal Fisher. We also wanted to crack the Phaenax's Touch, dang it. I'm misplaying a lot. I kind of defaulted to that because they passed right to me rather than moving to end step. Ooh, all sorts of sloppy here. We'll cast Inklight Dancer. We'll play Primal Fisher tapped. We will pass. They do finally find the forest. Start of combat. They are shipping in for 5. So this is going to get them a chip on Sparks of a Revolution. Let's see what else they have to say. Did they find... Oh, no, they can just flashback Firebolt and kill any of our things now. So they can get back Edgeland Pledge. Soul Sacrifice, gain 1, deal 1. Oh god, an Abominable Avalanche is going to trigger here. We shouldn't have taken the bait. We should have gone for the Looming Psyhawk. Yeah, and they're getting it now. Abominable Avalanche. Yeah. Yeah, we took the bait on the Firebolt. I always forget that Abominable Avalanche is if you spent mana, not mana value 5 or more. Man, that is all sorts of sloppy here. Still on end step. Let's actually crack the Phoenix's touch. And draw 1. Another Primal Fisher. Now we will untap Crack Fisher, view library, get a Plains, draw Coalesced Core. Now we're getting all of our mana when we really do not need it. Let's pay 2 for Ley Shard. Play Coalesced Core. Pay 2 for Exorcist of Errors. Card face down and Edgeland Pledge. Show me the face down card. I think you can have the Edgeland Pledge here. Yeah. Oh, they accidentally attached it to Freedom. So can we win in spite of several misplays? That's the big question here. And on top of all of them, I should have played the Primal Fisher instead of the Coalesced Core here. Ao, the Great Equalizer, off the top. Okay. So these become 3/3s. I think I'm fine letting Inklight Dancer and Data Weaver trade here. And then keep Exorcist, take 3. So we pick off half their board, but they pick off 2 of our creatures, and we go to 19. Psyhawk. We will untap, draw Chronicle of Extinction. First time I've ever gotten a Yeti, they say. Chronicle is tricky to think about here. Actually, what's the tricky to think about? I go Primal Fisher, Chronicle of Extinction, Eat Their Hand, and Graveyard. Take away a Ruins Awaken. Take away the Edgeland pledge we know they've got. Yeah, we're playing Primal Fisher tapped because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're going to be able to flashback Chronicle of Extinction next turn. Zakros Decree. Buff up Exorcist of Errors. Combat. Ship in for 7. That's half their life total. We gain 7. Main 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. So as it stands, Freedom does nothing. Token creation effects they draw do nothing. They pass. Coalesced Mesa. We will crack this, draw a card. Phalanx's Touch is the last point of lethal needed. We will add a black. We will crack this. We should have cracked this on our upkeep, but oh well. The library. Get a Plains. Play Coalesced Mesa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Chronicle Flashback. Discard plus exile. I'm going to do this before combat. It means I'm getting in for 4 instead of 6, but they're always blocking. So they pitch another Sparks of Revolution. So we can put them to 1. I think we put them to 1. Go to 1. I go to 31. Then we pass. So Firebolt draw doesn't do it. Misplayed horrendously. Still got there. Sometimes that's just how it shakes out. They say actually so close. Is it another AO? It's an abominable avalanche. Oh, that is almost really good, really close to getting there. Yeah, they say GG. All right. I think Athreos is not actually going to be useful here. Archival storage is going to be great. Especially on the draw here. There's another landlight hand with no second black source. I think on the... I could hold this because we're on the draw, so we have more chances to look. Plus Phoenix's Touch is another chance to look as well. But the problem is we only have one card that comes down early besides Touch, which is Looming Psyhawk, and it comes down after the top of their curve. So it's not super reliable for that either. I think we need to not keep a hand with a bunch of Revolts. This is much better. We can go turn 1 Archival Storage, turn 2 Zakros Decree, turn 2 Exorcist of Errors, turn 3 Zakros Decree. And we'll put a Zakros Decree on bottom. Actually, we might even hold the Archival Storage and just play one of these Stark Expanses tapped on 1. Especially since they're playing a tapped land. We will draw... Psyhawk is great here. Stark Expanse tapped and pass. So what do they have next? Primal Fissure. Cracking. Could be for... Okay, not for a white source is interesting. Ragtag Squad. So they're making a soldier, and I assume a golem with trample. Yeah. That makes sense, honestly, that those are the types they choose. Yeah, and they tap the jungle because they realize they should have. Untap, draw Chronicle of Extinction. Really would have loved to draw another land, but we'll go Primal Fissure. Shockland tapped into Primal Fissure, Primal Fissure. Let's go get a Swamp and run out our 2-3. So 1 face down. Firebolt face up. Abominable Avalanche face up. 3 face down. I think I'd like to look at the face down pile, because if they want to invest their whole turn into going for Abominable Avalanche, we're going to be open to flash in Psyhawk in response to a trick. Plains, Mountain. Oh, is it 3 lands? EO! Okay, so we shut down the turn 3 EO. Whew. That is a bullet dodged right there. Because Psyhawk, not a great check for that. But they are going to go for Avalanche here. Yep, just kill the Exorcist. This goes back to their hand. And then we take 2. We untap. We will draw Primal Fissure. Man. This Chronicle's just a turn too late. Use a giant avatar. Okay. I think we got to play Primal Fisher because this is only untapped this turn and is tapped starting next turn. Do we run out archival storage? Do we run out Zakros Decree, or do we just hold up the Psyhawk? We hold up the Psyhawk. This is going to sting. It's possible that Ominous Slaughter is more valuable than the archival storage here. And boarding in the archival storage over keeping the omens was a mistake. But some mistakes we're going to live with. That's huge for us. Because now if they want to go EO, we get to keep Looming Psyhawk for a turn. And if they don't go EO... if they go for the Firebolt, yeah, we lose Psyhawk, but yeah, now that they're going for EO, Psyhawk is out of range of EO. Now I need to think about if I want to just kill one of the Ragtags here. Because I can kill Ragtag, Chronicle their hand, set them to just 6 power in play. Plus top decks. Is that good? Because Psyhawk makes this attack essentially life neutral. We take 3, gain 3. That's tempting. Yeah, I feel like, Psyhawk killed a 3/3 functionally by stopping the Sparks enter trigger. They're going to get one of the two conditions met from this, but, we're light on resources in hand that can meaningfully deal with the board. I think we need to take this line. Kill their Trampler. And life total stays neutral. Yeah, and they're marking Sparks of a Revolution. You will untap, draw Fenax's Touch. Not super great, but could be an argument for Chronicle hitting one of their creatures here. If they have land Firebolt, they cannot get Abominable Avalanche next turn anyways. And if we Chronicle one of their creatures away, we shut off their ability to deal 3 damage with 3 individual sources. The alternative is that we go like Fenax's Touch, hold up cracking Fenax's Touch, which is really awkward. I think we got to go Chronicle here. It's just a question of which mode is better. So we take 6, and they have only whatever they draw here, or we take 5, but they have whatever other card besides Firebolt is still in their hand, plus their draw, rather than only their draw. I think it's going to be Chronicle Edict mode. Either way, we are taking 2 from doing this as well, so this is definitely fraught. Yep, burning the Ragtag, not a shocker there. And we will pass. So if they have a way to deal damage, again, they will play the Firebolt. Otherwise, they might just play the Firebolt to get it in graveyard for next turn. That means that Archival Storage can kind of juke them out on that and shut off the Firebolt in their graveyard after the fact. 2 mana, Edgeland Pledge. Oh, man. Yeah, they're going to make Solidarity Token, deal 2, make a 1/1 with haste. And that's going to fulfill the condition on Sparks of a Revolution after combat. That's a really good card for them to have here. And if that was their draw, like, there was just nothing we could do. I'll have to watch the replay, see if that was their draw here. But yeah, we take 8 now. And they will flip the Sparks of a Revolution. So they have Freedom. Yeah, we're just 3/3s are just so good against what we've got going on. Verdant Sanctum tapped, so they're primed for land drop Firebolt, flashback Firebolt if needed. We untap, we draw Coalesced Core, just not going to cut it. We could like try to Fenax's Touch, draw, and find a like blocker, but they're just gonna have too many things. Yeah. I'll show my hand. That was unfortunate. I just couldn't risk that first hand this game. Yeah. All right. Well, I probably shouldn't have boarded in the archival storage. But we make these mistakes. If we run back up against each other in Top Cut, we will get a chance at a rematch, of course. But as it stands, that is the Swiss rounds of the GP done and dusted. We are 3-1 heading into Top Cut, so we're not going to be guaranteed the play game 1. Folks may have a choice against us. It feels weird that the sloppiest of my 3 games was the one I won, but that's just how it rolls sometimes. So, down a match, but we keep rolling on. The fact that we were undefeated every match up to this point is a good sign for us. We'll probably still have decent breakers for our seed, but we'll see if we get to choose player draw at all in the Top Cut. Until then, hope you all have enjoyed this match, enjoyed shouting at me, making all my misplays, and then beyond that, I look forward to seeing you all when we get into Top Cut matches. See you all there, and until then, I will see you all in the Revolution chat. Hopefully. Take care, everyone.